What's up, you guys? My name is Paul. Welcome back to the basketball show. I had to jump in here before the All-Star weekend really starts up, and I had to I have to show you something to make a comment on something. Chris Hayes. I was going through my ex feed, NBA stuff and things like that, just looking for what's going on, and I get Chris Hayes pop up on my feed, the NBA Insider, and he makes a statement that literally had my jaw drop and got me in shock. And this is, to me, this is disgusting. It's terrible. And it's just sad for the NBA. I mean, I feel sad for the league. I feel sad for the fans. So take a listen to that statement, and I'll be right back with you.
League sources inform me that the league and the players union will address the All-Star players on Sunday prior to the All-Star game on the importance of competing and putting on a show for the fans. Now, I'm told that these are talks that go on routinely prior to an All-Star game, but it's even more apparent now that with the changing of the All-Star format to multiple teams and the heightened scrutiny of how players seem uninterested on All-Star Sundays, this message is expected to highly urge players to put out more of a fight for the consumer and for business. We shall see how that plays out on Sunday.
Now, you heard for yourself what Chris Hayes said. And he said that league officials and the union representatives are going to meet with the NBA players, with NBA All Stars before the festivities, before the NBA All Star games, and things like that, because we have multiple teams now. And they're going to really strongly emphasize to them the importance of being competitive and putting on a good show for the fans. So they're asking the players that they're paying millions and millions of dollars to, that their job is to basically play basketball, be competitive, put on a show. They're going to them nicely begging them to do it. Because of the last couple of years, there was so much bad publicity after the All-Star game because there was no competition. It was just a free-for-all. So the bosses go to the workers that they pay $1 million for their to do the work and be competitive and put on a show. They're going to their workers on their knees and begging to put on a show for the consumers to have a good All-Star experience. Can you imagine? And Hayes said that this is a normal occurrence, that this is not the only one this has happened. I don't believe that. I think that's a load of crap. I think that's a load of crap. Can you imagine during the All-Star game when you had Mike, Iverson, Shaq, Kobe, all those guys? Kevin Garnett? I mean, can you imagine the union and the representatives of the NBA, the commissioner coming out to the players and literally asking them, please compete in these games. Please put on a good show. Please compete, guys. I mean, they might have said something like, put on a good show, but in a light kind of way, because it was always a good show. It was always competitive. Players were playing against each other the way they're supposed to be playing against each other. The last few years we had with the players that we have now, with all the entitlement and everything else, it was a disaster. Nobody really wanted to watch that thing. It was bad. It was just back and forth, no defense, no competition, no anything. Nobody really cared who won, which side won. It didn't really matter. Like, you imagine Mike having that kind of approach? You imagine Kobe having that kind of approach? Garnett, Allen Iverson not wanting to win. Like, hey, let's just play around. There's no way that this was an honest way that they would actually emphasize for the players back in the day to be competitive in the All-Star game. They wanted to be competitive. Now we got these fools that picking up millions of dollars in checks no matter what they do. And they just, oh my God. I bet you they roll their eyes before they have to compete and play in the All-Star weekend. I don't think this is, I think they would really enjoy being voted into it as an All-Star, but literally not having to compete and go there and go through the whole hoopla and play that game. That doesn't really matter to them. I wish. I mean, I bet you that's the approach that they got right now. They eye roll like, oh, okay, I'm an all-star again. Oh my gosh, I got to go and do all this stuff. That's the way they approach this stuff right now. I bet you anything that they have to literally go there and ask and beg them to compete. This is hilarious. I'm going to watch the All-Star weekend. I'm going to see how the dunk contest turns out, how that new format of the multiple teams comes out, and how that is. I don't like it personally. Maybe I'll change my mind when I see it. But this statement that Chris Hayes just made, this is this is a bad look on the NBA, man. This is bad. What do you guys think? Let me know, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.